Today, we are back with another tier list. We're going to be ranking every UFC champion's title fight performance in 2024.
So we are strictly talking about the champion coming into the fight and how they perform, whether they retained their belt or they lost the belt.
Yeah.
Whoever the champion was coming into the fight, whoever was in the red corner is who we are talking about. We need to make this abundantly clear before all of you keyboard warriors go down to the comments when we put Volk versus Taporia in a low tier because you're like, oh, Ilya knocked out Volk.
Yeah, we're talking about the champion coming into the fight. And also, we're not talking about how good overall the fight was. We're talking about purely the performance, how competitive they were. Obviously, if they won, they're going to be higher. If they lost, they're going to be lower.
Exactly.
But if they lost in a good fashion, they're going to be a little bit higher.
Yeah.
So the rankings, this is all subjective, and let us know what you would change at
Subjective,
the end.
but we're always right.
He does have a point. All right, let's move into the first fight. We're going in chronological order, of course. We got UFC 297, Strickland versus Duplessis.
Ooh.
So Strickland was the champion coming into this.
And he lost a split decision.
A hair. He lost by a hair, as they say. I'm thinking it's probably close to mid then.
Yeah, I would say C.
C
Because I
tier.
think that these bottom three tiers are going to be for our losers and the top three are for our winners.
Yeah. Unless you have like a Volk versus Islam performance the first time and Volk performs like super well.
Yeah.
Or he's not the champion coming in though.
But yeah.
Ooh, all right.
All right. That was pretty easy.
That was easy. No controversy there. But Volk's performance coming off a very short notice layoff or short layoff off of a short notice KO to Islam. And he goes up against and faces the hardest power puncher that featherweight might have ever seen. How was Volk's performance specifically in this fight? F.
Yeah.
It was that bad. But okay, no, I disagree actually. He won the first round. Yes, on the judges' scorecards, he won the first round.
Yeah, but he got knocked out in 7 minutes.
He did.
If we're looking at how the champion looked in a fight, he might have been the worst looking champion this year.
But did he not look good before the KO?
He got knocked out in 7 minutes.
I would argue Sean O'Malley looked worse in the Merab fight.
Okay, well then we can have... You can put it in D for now, but trust me, by the time that we get there, it's gonna be an F.
Trust me, bro.
Trust me, like...
No, I think it's D for now. We're already having some differences here. This is gonna be the end of the channel.
It should be F.
Let's move on. This was a pretty flawless performance. UFC 299, Sean O'Malley versus Cheeto Vera. Now, I do want to make a point here before you say anything, Dylan. Cheeto Vera is probably not championship level material. He lost to Figgy, which is a flyweight coming up, and Figgy got dominated by Jan. Obviously, MMA math, it is what it is, but I can't make any argument without giving 3 counter arguments, you know? So how do you think this fight?
I think it's S. It's a 50-45.
It is.
It's a 50-45.
But it's Cheeto Vera.
It's a 50-45. I think it's either it might be in the bottom of S or even top.
It will, yeah. Bottom of S.
Yeah, it's not like it's going to be the best performance of the year, but I think for now.
Also, shout out Dodson's Corner for being allies. We're doing women's fights this time as well. Let's go.
Only because Zhang Wei Li makes the tier list.
Exactly. So
also, I just want to say,
go ahead.
Rest in peace to Wang Kong.
Oh, no. We forgot to talk about that.
We never talked about Macau, but...
Oh, no.
Wang was my goat. I had her legitimately becoming the best women's UFC fighter of all time. That was it. That was what I said. She was going to become the face of women's MMA.
And she still could.
She still could. Early loss is okay. You know,
Yeah.
It's not about how you fall. It's about how you get back up. You know, you got to be down to get up. And Wang, just know that I'm still rooting for you. I'm still rooting for you. You got this.
Yeah. And Wang's get up typically pretty well.
Not mine.
Rip ED.
Speaking of Zhang Wei Li.
Yeah, speaking of Zhang Wei Li, wait, can we talk about Meng Shi? What's her name? The tiny girl who got the KO.
Oh, the doctor?
Yeah.
Dude, she looked so bad in that fight. I was like, she's terrible.
No, she didn't look awful. She was getting outclassed and then found a head kick.
Yeah.
Leon Edwards. Imagine John Anik, but this is not the cloth from which she is cut. Boom, head kick. That would have been hype. Those commentators were ass.
Oh, they were so bad. They were so bad.
Painful. Okay, what are we saying? She actually technically won Yan Jianan.
Sorry. Let's put Sean in A. He didn't get the knockout over Cheeto.
True. But this one, Yan Jianan versus Zhang Wei Li. Zhang Wei Li won 3 times.
Yeah,
she choked her out and then like KO'd her and then...
Yeah. doctor just refused to stop this fight.
Yeah. So I think this was a very dominant performance, but at the end, Zhang Weili kind of started slipping.
Yeah.
And she lost a couple rounds.
I would say let's put it behind Sean. In A.
Definitely. I think it's low.
Yeah, but it belongs in A. She did look good.
She did. And Yan Jian'an looked phenomenal in that Tabitha Ritchie fight. She just outclassed Tabitha Ritchie.
Oh, she looked so good.
Yeah. All right, this one's a classic.
Sorry, I would like to give one more mention. Shout out UFC Macau for having really good women's fights.
Yeah.
Like, we have not seen that consistent of women's fights all year long, probably because they were 3 rounds and not 5 rounds. We don't need to see Rosie Namajunas at a 5-round fight night co-main event.
Yeah.
Like, whoever at UFC said that was a good idea, you're stupid.
Yeah.
You're silly. But women's fights really put on a show. There was 3 of them. They were all great.
They were. Yeah. The whole card was goated.
So good.
Yeah. All right, so this one,
Shama.
it was really no competition. They both didn't really get going.
Yeah.
Right? They were just throwing some leg kicks, throwing some jabs out there, throwing some body.
But
So
to do that against the former champion,
it is S tier, isn't it?
it is S tier.
It might be his best performance
Yeah.
because he KO'd Yuri in their second fight in the second round.
Yeah, but
He dropped him twice though, so it's
Yeah.
like it's pretty even, I would say. All right, we got Pantoja versus Urseg.
B.
Yeah, it wasn't really.
He barely lost. He barely beat the 8th ranked guy.
That's true. Is it C tier?
No,
Is
I
it
think it's
Tava?
he won. He won.
Yeah.
He did win. He did put on a Pantoja performance, so we have to put it in B because that's his game plan. All he needs is 3. He's like, all I need is 3.
Yeah.
You can have the other 2.
Yeah, as long as he wins one of the first 3 rounds, we're chilling.
Exactly.
All right, we got Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier.
Ooh, this is a tough one.
This is a tough one because
I don't think Islam looked his best.
no, he didn't. I don't think so.
No.
I think people are gonna be like, "Oh, but Dustin's a legend of the sport," which he is. It's a good competition.
He's also got no hips.
He's also got no hips. He's also 36 now. So I counted out Dustin. I think everyone counted out Dustin. So I don't think it was a dominant performance.
I had Dustin Poirier winning by Gilly.
Yeah, of course you did. I would go top of B maybe. Like if we're purely looking at Makhachev's performance,
He did tap him out in the 5th round.
5th round.
He got a finish.
He got to finish.
Something that the guys in A didn't do.
True.
Maybe
He looked more dominant than Zhang Weili.
Yeah, maybe we'll put him in between those 2.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because this fight was not back and forth at
No,
all.
Sean completely outclassed him.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to get cooked for this.
That's
take.
fine. That's fine. Just
Clap
when
off
you,
on me on the comments.
When you clap off on me in the comments, just give me some reasoning, okay? You can't just give your take without
True.
reasoning. Give me some reasons, and I'll look. I'm in those comments, and you don't know who I am. You don't know who I am, but
I think they can probably figure out and put 2 names together.
Or when I'm on the first comment on every single Instagram reel. Well, goated list.
Just trying to stir up controversy.
Yeah, algorithm mining.
All right, UFC 303, Yuri Prohaska versus Alex Pereira 2. Similar outcome. It was a second round KO for Alex, but
I was almost more dominant because of that.
he didn't
head
get
kick.
hit. He literally didn't get hit.
That head kick.
Yeah. Is it? He dropped him twice in this fight.
Yeah, I think that's the right call.
And he shut down every single attack. I went back and watched it. I've watched it quite a few times now, but the way that he was able to jab low as Yuri ducks his head, he clearly learned from the first fight, and that's what shows a good fighter. The ability and the rate that they can adapt in their fights and even adapt from fight to fight, I think shows the IQ of Pereira.
Another dominant KO is coming up next. Tommy Aspinall.
Dude, you cannot put on a better performance than
No,
this.
he literally was. Yeah.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Exactly 1 minute. Unless you Ben Askren, Jorge Masvidal type shit, you can't put on a better performance than that. I guess he did get clipped a little bit once. Like you see in the picture, his chin's up in the air. That's when he got clipped a little
But
bit.
who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Who cares?
And we're going to go to the opposite side of the spectrum. F. Terrible.
It was an awful fight from Leon.
Yeah, he looked so just not Leon Edwards.
This has nothing to do with Bilal Muhammad or how much of a wrestler he is. This is all about Leon Edwards. So if we analyze Leon Edwards' fight, he got 50-40. I gave it 50-45.
I think they gave
him the last round.
Yeah, they gave it 49-46.
For the elbows.
Yeah.
Which, fair, but he also got dominated the entire round.
Yeah, so it's not like that really mattered.
No, exactly. And I think just the fact in the wrestling exchanges, how he was completely asleep, put up no effort. He got outboxed by Bilal Muhammad. That's one of the worst things that can happen. You're the striker, buddy.
Yeah. Ooh, Drickus versus Izzy. This one's tough.
They look like they're about to make out in this picture. No. Okay, what are we saying? So this is Drickus's performance. Very back and forth. People are like, oh, Izzy was dominating. It was pretty
back
even.
and forth.
I would say it was even.
And then he got the submission win in the 4th round as soon as he took him down. I would say
is it another C tier for him? Or no, he submitted Izzy.
yeah, he did.
It has to
Top
be
of B.
Yeah, it has to be above Pantoja.
No, maybe bottom A. He did get the finish.
No, I think it was too back and forth.
Yeah.
This, like, Zhang Weili mainly won this fight. Makachev almost 50-45 to him.
Yeah, and Sean
50-45 to him. So I think this is fair.
Yep. F tier, no further explanation. Bottom.
No, explain it. Explain it, Dylan.
Women's MMA, they were boring. I haven't even actually gone back and watched that fight because it's so, like, I've just heard nothing good about it that I have no reason to watch that fight.
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, I skipped. Well, I fell asleep, but I tried. I skipped through it, and it's pretty much just Valentina Shevchenko grappling with Alexa Grasso for 5 rounds. That's it. She 50-45'd her, and it makes you wonder, did Alexa Grasso fluke the first win, and then the second one was like a weird judge's decision because they want her as the champ? This one, there was no option for that to happen.
Yeah.
It was so dominant, and I am scared for that division now because that was brutal. People like Alexa Grasso not for her fighting. No. She's the Ariana Grande of the UFC.
All right, now moving on to Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Merab. I think we put this behind Volk is Ilya.
Yeah, because he did steal a couple, like 1-2 rounds if you're generous off of Merab. So it wasn't the all-time worst performance like Leon Edwards. But at the same time, you're a champion coming in. Sean O'Malley, you remember going to this fight. This was the make or break. He could become a star here. That's what people were saying.
Yeah,
that's what
this was his moment. And he burnt out.
He sold it. He sold.
Yeah.
That's it.
Next up, we have Raquel Pennington losing to Juliana Pena in a 48-47, I believe it was.
Very close.
Very, very close.
I gave it to Pennington. I think most... Oh, yeah, this was the one where I had a breakdown on a solo video.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
I think I also gave it to Pennington.
The judges' scorecards...
were so bad.
The media, every single media member gave it to Pennington. And then somehow the judges gave it to Pena. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It was not the worst women's fight that we've ever seen.
And losing in a close decision, I think we got to put it behind Sean and Drickus.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Because, like, Pennington dropped her. That was exciting, but that was about the main exciting moment. It was back and forth. It wasn't like a domination. It wasn't a lot of lay and pray grappling like a boring women's fight. So I think that's fair.
Moving on to Poetan's 3rd fight of the year. This time, his toughest matchup up against Khalil Roundtree. Is it top of B?
It wasn't his best performance. He looked very tired.
He lost 2 rounds.
Yeah.
The altitude could have gotten to him, but I think he looked better than Pantoja.
Definitely.
And
yeah, because he finished.
What he did in the 4th round looked better than what Drickus did. Like the 3rd and 4th rounds, he was completely dominant. Like those were 10-8, 10-7 rounds.
10-8, yeah. 10-8,
yeah.
I would say so. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, it's weird not to put Pereira high. Like, especially against a number 8 ranked guy.
But
you
just
can't.
a tough matchup.
Yeah.
This next one, I'm interested to see where you would put Ilya versus Max.
So Ilya's a champ coming into this. He KO'd round 3, and on the judges' scorecards, on 2 of the judges' scorecards, he won both of the first rounds. On one of the judges' scorecards, it was 1-1. I had it 1-1 going into the 3rd, and then he just kind of took off in the 3rd round. He landed by far the bigger exchanges. He's the first person to KO Max Holloway. It's a finish. So it's like somewhere in here, I'm thinking.
Ooh. I want to actually, before you put it up there, just hold it for a second. Where do you think I would have put this? Where do you think, in like leading into this, where I would have put this?
I think you'd put it here.
I'd put it higher.
Okay. Well, I would put it higher too.
I would put it at the top of S tier. I would take it as the best finish of the year.
Really? Well, yeah, I think best finish, 100%.
No, not like best finish, but like the best performance. The first person to knock out Max Holloway.
Yeah.
Volkanovski, top 6-5 fighter of all time, couldn't do it. He knocked him out in 3 rounds. He looked really good.
I agree.
And I think comparing him to the other guys who were fought, like Max Holloway is leaps and bounds better than Curtis Blades, Yuri, and Jamal Hill. I don't think that's a bad show to put that as the best performance.
Yeah, I think you're actually right. Yeah, you've convinced me. It's the level of competition. It's different. It's not a Yuri Prohaska. Yuri Prohaska ain't sniffing top 30 best fighters.
No.
Right?
Not even close.
And then Max Holloway's a top 8 best fighter of all time. I think that's consensus where most people put him.
And had never even been knocked down. And then the first time he was ever knocked down was knocked out.
Yeah. It's brutal. All right.
Moving on.
Last one. Jones versus Miocic. Tell me your thoughts on this one, buddy.
Oh, like kind of soured. Ooh. Jones went out there and fought an old firefighter. Like, I think in most situations, this would be a very heinous crime.
Assault?
Like, to go and beat a firefighter. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know who gets off on that, but
He does, clearly.
Yeah, Stipe was clearly just old and Jones was young.
Younger.
Younger.
He wasn't young by
That
any
oblique
means.
kick, or sorry, not the oblique kick, the
Spinning back
the
kick.
spinning back kick to the ribs was really nice.
It was a highlight of the fight.
Yeah.
If he didn't get that finish, people would have been looking at it much differently. Because that's what the casuals see on Twitter. Oh, the crazy finish.
Yeah.
It was a crazy finish. Did you watch the rest of the fight?
Yeah, it was not all that great. I don't
Stipe
think,
took a round off him.
yeah, I don't think Jones looked crazy dominant. So I think that ahead of Dricus Adesanya,
Yeah. Yeah, the finish was much better. Also, shorter amount of time.
give me an F.
What?
Looks like an F.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow, look at that.
Means it's probably a trash list.
F for Dylan being a... Just kidding, guys.
All right, that is going to do it for us today. Let us know what you think of our tier list. Let us know who you think, what champion had the best and what champion had the worst performance of the year. Thanks for all the love lately. We love you guys, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
See ya.